the night before the election, and I'm feeling kind of oddly at peace. I'm not sure why. I'll take it. I'll take it though. With what I'm going to talk about, what's interesting is when we give talks, it occurs to me sometimes that we're really talking about the same thing over and over and over again, just in different ways. And I think there might even be some truth there. I mean, our Zen practice is deceptively and disarmingly simple. It's the hardest simple thing we'll ever do, isn't it? We work with what we have, and we wake up to it. So with what I'm going to share, and again, I'll try to keep this kind of lean. Please don't believe me. Zen practice is not doctrinal, it's not dogmatic, it's not belief-based. That might be something to think about a little bit. Not belief-based. That's going to come up later here as I talk. So with anything that I say, I really encourage you to do your own research. I always like to think of Zen practice more as science, personal science. And again, I didn't hear all the names in the room, but I'm going to assume we have newer folks, so I may explain a couple of terms as I go through. We're 2/3 of the way through our Ango training period, and just so everyone stays with us here, Ango is an intensive Zen practice period that's traditional. It goes back centuries, perhaps a couple of millennia, where we take 90 days, and I think in different traditions it varies. And some groups do this twice a year. We do this in the fall, where we take 90 days and really up the temperature of our practice. Perhaps we might increase the number of times that we sit, or increase the number of retreats that we attend, or add some other practice like a mindful meal or a mindful walk once a week or once a day or something like that. It's really personal. It's really a personal thing, and everybody starts where they are. And it can be really rewarding. And as I said, we're about 2/3 of the way through here. So I want to encourage us to keep going and just continue to settle in. Ango translates roughly as peaceful dwelling. Peaceful dwelling. So here we are inside the garden walls, dwelling peacefully. As many know, the theme for this year's Ango is appreciate your life as the awakened life. Appreciate your life as the awakened life. We don't say aspire to the awakened life. We don't say work to try to gain the awakened life. We say appreciate it as it is already, the awakened life. That's a little bit of what I want to talk about. All throughout Ango, we've been emphasizing that our practice indeed is just this very life. When we get to the questions and discussion and so forth at the end, I'm gonna try to ask a few questions if I remember them by then, and that'll be one of them. Do you believe that? Do you believe the awakened life is in fact your very life right now, just exactly as it is? Nothing extra, nothing exotic, nowhere we need to go, despite that we do practice, there's really no special advanced training that we have to master. Lisa Gakyo did, once again, a beautiful job of teaching us the very most basic meditation technique at our retreat on Saturday. That's enough. Mastering that is enough. We really, I mean, yes, there are some things that occur, but we really don't have rites of passage. Yes, we do use, Japanese terms and Sanskrit terms, but really we don't have any insider lexicon to speak of. We don't have any secrets. In fact, in Zen practice, we sort of shout the secrets all the time. We're horrible at keeping secrets. It's just we don't want to hear the answer. We don't want to hear the secret. Secret being we have everything we need right here in our hands, right here in our breath, right here in our bodies, right here at the Boulder Shambhala Center, or in our living room or our kitchen or bedroom or office or wherever we are online tonight. We have everything we need. And everyone knows the quote, paraphrasing Suzuki Roshi, who said, and we could use a little work, which I think is lovely. Or we might say it another way. We might say, we choose a life of endless practice, nonetheless, that we have everything we need. Really worth pondering that, hanging out with that for a long, long time. We're trying to do something that already is true. It's already here. But do we always feel this way? Do we ever feel this way? Or I don't. Very often, I think we feel that there's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in my life. I'm lacking something. I'm missing something. If only I had this, then I could realize this awakened life. But there's something keeping me from realizing this awakened life. Or at least I think there is. What's my impediment? What's holding me back? I have a dear friend who very recently has been having a very difficult time. It's been going on for a few years. He's not as old as I am, but by quite a bit, actually. His second wife just left him recently, and his business is on the skids, and he's not getting any younger. And it's really tender. I really feel for him. And he's intensely sincere, trying to address or solve his sadness and aimlessness. Find something to put in that hole, I think. I'm his friend, so it's not my place to analyze what's going on with him. But I'm watching and I see him reaching out, and it's good. He hasn't given up. That's wonderful. That's the good part. But he kind of packed it in a little bit recently, and he left for Asia for a few months. And he has a very ambitious schedule or a menu of trainings and practices in India and China for 2 months, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, dabbling in Tai Chi and Qigong, martial arts, meditation, yoga, time in a monastery, and so forth. I think he might try to learn Chinese in 2 months too, and learn how to cook, which is wonderful. I really hope that he finds what he's looking for. He's not the first one to do that, of course. I mean, we've been doing this for forever, probably. When I transitioned from being a teenager into my 20s, we were all doing this. Thousands of people traipsed off to India or Thailand, or in the decade or two before, to Japan. Then we came home. Dogen Zenji, and again, for the newer folks, Dogen Zenji is an important Zen master in our lineage around 1200 AD or 1200 common era, current era in Japan, and wrote prolifically, and we refer to him often. And he said, "Do not travel to other dusty lands, forsaking your own sitting place. If you cannot find the truth where you are, you will never find it." I think Dogen was saying the same thing. We have what we need in our hands, in our breath, in our bodies, right here, right now. What more do we need? So here we are tonight at home or at work or at school in Boulder. It seems we're taught that this very place and none other, but Dogen's trying to teach us that this very place and none other is the perfect and primary and sole ground for our practice. And it's not metaphorical. I say that often. It's not metaphorical. It's literal. I'm sitting on an office chair. My feet are on red oak floor. I'm sitting at my desk. I can hear the fan of my computer whirring. I didn't eat dinner, so I'm a little hungry. Baseball season's over, so I'm a little bit adrift. But this is my place. And everything that I've got up to this point in my life, that's echoing about and influencing my behavior, that's my place. All the baggage I carry around, all the reactions, all the unconscious ways of interacting with people that I know and love, and the world that I don't know so personally. This is my place. This is where I practice. This is the ground of my practice. I want to read you a short section. We've been using I've been using the text "Appreciate Your Life" by Hakuyu Taizan Maizumi Roshi, and again for the newer folks, Maizumi Roshi is the founder of Zen Center of Los Angeles, And for the lineage that Eon Zen Center is part of, is the link between American Zen and Japanese Zen, going back to the 1960s. And in this little passage, Maizumi Roshi reminds us that we have what we need. And he reminds us of three essentials that we bring to bear in our primary soul and intimate ground of practice. And he says, this is in a chapter called Raise the Bodhi Mind, if you have this book. In his precautions on practicing the way, and he refers to Dogen Zenji emphasizes the importance of faith. He says that when you practice the Buddha way, you must have faith in the fact that you are already in the midst of the way. There is no confusion, no wavering. It is very straightforward. Keep away from all upside-down views. In our life and the life of the Buddhas and ancestors, is there any part that must be increased or decreased, added or subtracted? No such change is necessary. There's no mistake or error. Your life in the midst of the way means that your life is the way itself. Have faith in this. This life is the life of all the Buddhas and ancestors. They have all experienced their lives in this way. And he goes on to say, Dogen Zenji is so kind. He does not tell us just to blindly believe in the Buddha way. Again, like I said, we're not dogmatic or doctrinal or belief-based. Don't blindly believe in this. First, he says, raise strong faith in the fact that your life is one with the Buddha way. Then clarify this. Experience the way as your life and experience your life as the way. Transmute that faith into wisdom, and according to that wisdom, practice. You do not need to worry about when you are going to be enlightened as the result of your practice. Trust yourself. You are none other than the Buddha way. In Zen practice, we speak of three prerequisites: great faith. Nick will remember this. We had a great conversation about this. Great faith, great doubt, and great determination. This is something we've talked about many times before. In the middle of, just as an aside, here we are in the middle of Ango, and I think this is a wonderful reminder and encouragement for us to keep going and how we keep going. In a way, these three are contradictory. If you have great faith, where does great doubt come from? When you really have great faith, that is enough. But a person who has such great faith is hard to find, for it must be faith that you and the Buddha way are one, not faith in something that comes out of your own thoughts. This is an important distinction, you see? Maizumi goes on. Great questioning or great doubt is to investigate this very point. You say, the Buddha says such and such, Dogen Zenji says such and such, I believe in such and such, and yet somehow I can't really accept how my life is. Where do I get stuck? Why can't I have majestic faith that takes care of everything? The more you seriously penetrate into faith, such questions will simultaneously occur. He's suggesting as we increase faith, our doubt will increase. So you question, what is this? What is this? What is great faith? What is the Buddha way? What is the Dharma? Who am I? Who am I? What is it? The more serious faith you have, the more serious the questioning that may or may not arise. If this questioning does arise, it is ideal to focus on. Then the third prerequisite, great determination, naturally follows. The more serious you are in resolving this matter, the more desperate you feel, the stronger your determination becomes, and a clearer, quicker answer is realized. What is that answer? The answer is already there as your life. Your life is no other than that. Have good trust in yourself. Have good faith in your practice. Sit well and unconditionally open yourself up. Experience through Zazen as the Zazen of the Buddhas and the awakened ones. This is the most effective, most appropriate life to share together. Over the weekend, Gyoto Sensei spoke about faith at a retreat. And it's a bit different than what we encounter in other traditions. It's not blind, nor is it a rote commitment to a list or a fixed rules or ideas. This kind of faith is dynamic and liquid, or fluid, not fixed. We translate the Shinshin Ming as trust in heart mind. This is a poem, a doctrine, a teaching that goes back 20, 1700, 1800 years or something. And that word trust, I kind of like that as a, to substitute that for faith or to put it next to faith. Trust. They have this expression, fake it till you make it. This comes up for me. I realize that's a little casual of an expression, but it I like it because what it really encourages us to do, encourages me to do, is if I'm doubtful about something, but I have the sense that it might be worthwhile, try it. Trust it for a while. Have faith in it. Not create an idea about it with words and images and concepts and so forth that I then rigidly hang on to, but open up my heart and trust it. Like doing something without the assurance that it's going to work out. Maybe it won't. That's why this practice is more science than anything else. So as Maizumi Roshi said, this work takes great determination. As sincere practitioners, it becomes our primary life's work. Primary life's work. It's the first thing we do. So as I said in the beginning, we're now about 2/3 of the way through Ango, through this period of intensely appreciating our lives as the awakened life. Now is our best opportunity to redouble our efforts, calmly from a position of equanimity, but determined, committing to going deeper, embracing the silence and stillness of our zazen. So I encourage everybody, get enough sleep, take care of yourselves, get out and move around a little bit, eat well, but not too much. Let's, in this last month, let's do what we can to keep our lives simple, create space for this practice to unfold. Let's move into this final month with great determination. Thank you all for listening. So maybe let's do a little discussion here and see where this goes. And if it goes nowhere, then we can sit until 7:30. I should have written some of them down, but a few of the questions I wanted to ask, and feel free to, when you comment, if you comment, address any one of these or something else that's occurred to you. But do you believe that you have everything you need? And of course, we would all say yes, but really, deep down, do you really believe you have everything you need? Do these notions of great faith and great doubt, do they feel like they go together, or do they feel abrasive or contradictory? Can they coexist?